Hello guys, it's me, Big Dave, and today we're doing another Raid Shadow Legends video, and specifically we're doing stage 25 of the Spider's Keep. I know a lot of people struggle with this dungeon, trying to get a team that can run it properly, but I'm going to go over the most free-to-play friendly comp as I can, so you guys have a chance of being able to do this. Locking this down is very important, as we all know. So I'll go over the run, then I'll go over the champs and their gear, give you an idea of how I do it, and the replacements you can make in order for you to do it. So I'll get into the run, and we'll get started. So, initially off the bat, Miscreated Monster, or Frank as I like to call him, will go first. The reason being, if you watch, there'll be two spiders at the back that will appear directly after Frank is hit, which means Tyrant has that chance then to get all of them, as you can see. Then Renegade, so you got two Heartseekers, then into Renegade who resets. That's basically what Renegade's job. Her job is to reset, and that is it. And obviously to tank the spiderling hits. So it means that Cold Hearts get back to their Heartseeker. So we put on, yeah, this is fine. So as soon as that goes on, they go twice, the run is done now. Because we've got the turn meter we need. It now doesn't matter who they target, because nobody else is really going to get a go apart from, I think, Frank, and this should end here. There we go. So that's it. Is that any good? Ooh, yeah. It's not bad. Not bad. Not bad. I try not to keep 5-star, but that's a pretty decent 5-star because it's got defense and speed on it, and resistance, so that's always good. So I'll go over the champs and go over the gear. So, but what you'll also need to do, guys, which I forgot to mention initially. So if I go here, what you'll need to do, and this is what I don't want that. No, let's come back to this. Right, let's go back to it. Let's go back to Spider. I need to show you the presets. So if I don't show you the presets, there's a chance this won't work. So what you do, what I've done in the presets, which is very important, is the Cold Hearts. Their Heartseekers have to be priority, because I think that if you don't run it, they run out of pain because the amount of enemies are on the field. So yeah, make sure you put Heartseeker on first and as opener, okay? I knock off Art of Pain so that there's no reason for them to use it, and there's a very decent chance that if two Cold Hearts hit in 2 Heart of Pain on the Spiderlings, will kill on the second turn, and then you've got no HP burns in order to whittle the spider down. So I would knock Art of Pain off. That's what I do, just to make it a bit more simpler. The rest pretty much do what they do normally, but I've done it on Miscreated Monster just to be sure. I'm pretty sure he does anyway. Like, he might do Ala. It depends on the health of the team. He might, sometimes he does It's Alive before anything else. So just so you guys know. So I'll go over the champs, I'll go over their gear, and the champs you can use to replace them. So obviously Tyrant first. So I've got 67k HP, 2008 defense, 204 speed, no crit. Do not put crit on Tyrant, purely because on this, if you're running with crit, you're gonna come across the issue of killing spiderlings, and then the run becomes longer and AO fail, because he crits, he'll kill, and that's as simple as it is. I tried putting crit on him thinking that's what he needed, and no, it literally kept killing the spiderlings. So yeah, it's a bad idea to put crit on. I would not put crit on if you can, unless you're using him as a damage dealer, which I doubt you are. I would not put crit on him personally. I went obviously a lot of accuracy because I sometimes use him in Doom Tower. Well, I was not so much using him as much as I used to. I went quite high because that's the gear that I had. I could go more HP. I probably should really, but again, he doesn't come close to dying. So yeah, so that's Tyrant. Tyrant can be replaced by basically any HP burn champ. So Sisia Flametongue obviously comes with a unique kit with the explosions, but again, you can use that if you need to. You can also use Akoth, the Seer, the fragment, the second fragment after. I don't know who the first one is. Was he the first one? Might be the first one. I think he's the first one, and this was him. Rian's last. I can't remember off the top of my head. But Akoth the Seer, I think he's the first one you get. So I would use him if you haven't got Tyrant and you haven't got Mordecai. Obviously, other options, Sissia. Other than that, anyone that HP burns full. Anybody. Anyone that HP burns, everyone. That's pretty much all you need. And make sure they don't get targeted by the spiders by giving them more HP than everybody else. So I'll go over who's next, which should be Miscreated Monster, who's down here. So here's Miscreated Monster. I'll go over the stats. So we've got 70,000 HP, pretty low defense, 205 speed, 50 crit, 118 crit damage. I like a bit of crit because it gives a better shield, but I wouldn't go too much crit because obviously you don't want him killing anybody. If you're gonna go crit, don't go crit damage like I have here. So yeah, that's perfectly fine. That will give you a big enough shield. And then 261 accuracy, so his stun does land, it doesn't get resisted. I think I've gone accuracy on the banner. It's not the best banner, it's a decent enough banner. I haven't worked Frank for a while. His masteries, from when I first got him, this was a progression masteries. I should really change it, but this is what I've got, and I'm happy to keep it that way because it still works. And then the Renegade, I've got her in a shield set, as you probably noticed. I'd probably guess why I have her maxed out. It's because I don't want her HP to go up, because her HP has to be lower than the Cold Hearts. So if I start messing around there and end up getting a roll on HP there, then I'll bump her HP will go higher, and here for the same reason is a HP there, and I don't want her speed to change. So I've kept it like this. But that's how I use her. So yeah, I use her in a shield set, and obviously for the sacrificial ritual level 3 level, I like that. So yeah, so that's why I use her. Let me get off this. So we'll go into the Cold Hearts. So Cold Hearts. So the one Cold Heart, the first one is literally built for dungeon content. This one, as you can see, she's got quite a lot of crit damage. She's effectively a cap for her because she doesn't need 100 because of the way her kit works. I should really roll this stuff up, but I haven't for some reason. Yeah, so she has to have, her HP has to be higher than Renegade's. There's no other way to do it. She has to, otherwise she'll get targeted. And if she targets and get died without any resist, she's gone. So you need to make sure that if you're going to run this comp, the Renegade has less HP than Cold Heart. And then the second Cold Heart, I use in the Scarab, so I've got her in Destroy. Again, I need to bump that up, to be fair. Yeah, she's key to the comp. The two of them are key. You can run it like this if you want to. You don't have to. You don't have to run her in Scarab if you don't want to, but I do because of the fact that she's probably, I think she's the best person for taking on the shield personally. That's how I feel. So yeah, because of her Heartseeker. So yeah, so the option differences for like Frank, I'll go back to Frank. Go back to Frank. The options that you can use to replace Frank are Astralon if you want to. I personally don't, because I found that when I used him he died, but you can use him. I prefer Archak, the Wendarin. If you've got him, he offers way more than, really he offers a better kit for Spider than Frank, I think, because freeze gets everybody where Frank's stun doesn't, but then Frank gives you ally protect, but then Archak gives you strengthen. So they're very, very similar. I still think Frank is better for progression because I think he hits a bit harder, but that's just me. You know, I'm biased because I like Frank. He was my first big pull when I first started playing this game. I pulled him on a 10x, and didn't even realize he was a 10x and pulled him. And I was like, people were like, I can't believe you've pulled him. He's insane. He carried me to 20 on almost every dungeon. Like, you don't use him anymore. Obviously, I've got better champs since, but yeah, the best progression champ in the game, as far as I'm concerned. Basically a Lego in an epic skin, I think. So yeah, the options to change with Frank are Archak, Astralon. Like, you could even use Like, I don't think you can. You could do the new guy, the new rework on Bacillus, but then he's wrong affinity for the stuns. So anyone that does stuns, freezes. So anyone that does stuns or freezes, basically, that's what you need. Or shield. Like Sunic, if you've got Sunic. Like, if you've got Sunic, you're probably using him. But yeah, so Frank can be replaced. But Renegade and Cold Heart, the two colors can't. But the other two can. So the Lego and the Epic can be replaced. So yeah, just to let you guys know, I'm streaming tonight on Twitch, so I'll be doing a pulling tonight. One obviously for the fusion epics, and obviously try and get myself a Zarya. So cross my fingers. But yeah, I'll be streaming at 7 p.m. GMT. So if you guys want to pop in, the link for my stream will be in the description. So hopefully I'll see you guys tonight. If not, have a wonderful day and enjoy Raid. Big Dave, out.